Does AI have buffer conversation memory? Let's find out in this code. Memory module in LangChain is designed to retain a concept of that state throughout a user interaction with a language model. Stateless means that language model treats each incoming query independently. However, in certain applications like chatbot, it's crucial to remember previous interaction at both short-term and long-term levels. Passing the entire conversation as a context to the language model is not an optimal solution, as the number of tokens can quickly increase and potential exceed the allowed limit here. Let's see what kind of memory types are there. We are having so many conversation buffer memory, conversation buffer windows memory, conversation entity memory, conversation summary memory, token buffer memory, summary buffer memory, and vector store retriever memories are there. So we will be looking all these types in upcoming sessions and here as well. Let's find out what kind of LangChain module do I have here. So I'm going to run this cell to find the metadata of my LangChain, which is just showing here LangChain environment LLM. Now I'm going to import percentage, going to load my external dot environment to include my API keys. So I'm going to use this percentage dot env. This would be imported my libraries. This is already loaded. So to reload it, I'll using this particular context. If this LangChain community is not installed, you will have to use this code to install this one. So now how do we implement our chatbot so that it remembers the dialogue here? So I'm going to import few libraries here. So I'm going to import some libraries for the same purpose. Can you see? These are some libraries, those will be used in some upcoming cases. For example, you can see this is the chatbot OpenAI, this is chat prompt template, this is human message prompt template, LLM and ChatMessageHistory as well. So we will be using all these stuff in our code ahead. Let's check what kind of chat module I'm going to open. So I'm going to create a chat module which will be using ChatOpenAI, and this is going to use model name GPT-4 with my seed temperature is equal to 0 and maximum token would be 100. Let's run this cell so that I can run this, create this ChatOpenAI module. Now you can ignore this cell, this warning, and I can find out background information chat history. Let's see what's the chat message history currently. If you can see, currently I have imported chat message history here. I'm going to create an instance here and going to check whether it is having any history or not. Can you see in memory chat message history there is no message currently. Let's see how we can add background info and certain modules are there. I'm going to add two questions to certain libraries in this module. First one is the user message, second is the AI message. So what's the difference between these two? User message, you can see here, it is defined to represent the user message, meaning it is a message with certain purpose. For example, here you can see it is a meaning, it is a message that human has sent. Whereas AI ChatGPT is called as AI message, it represents AI message, meaning it is a message that AI or ChatGPT has responded with. So I'm going to use these two messages and going to add in my background info. Let's run the cell and check whether these messages are included or not. I'm going to include check these messages. Can you see? First I can see the message which is just defined here. Can you give me an interesting fact? I probably don't know. And the second question I'm going to ask, sure, did you know that the longest place on earth with 85 letter long? So I'm going to find this question. Okay, so this fact would be generated by ChatGPT only. So I'm going to check this part. Let's see how my code will be responded. So once I have checked these messages are included, let's see the JSON hands-on JSON format as well. In JSON also you can see first is the content, second is the type, third is the content, and the additional K arguments are also there. So now within the JSON I can use the dictionary as well. So what is the dictionary format here? Can you see this is also depicting so many other metadata as well. Here you can see this is the content, additional arguments, responded metadata, type, name, ID, and some other formats are also showing with this AI message as well. So in a different way you can represent your code in a format of JSON, in format of dictionary, and in format of message only. Here you can see everything in a predefined fashion. Let's check what's the schema of this background info. So I can see this schema is having the same base message, description, additional metadata is involved here. So I can use this metadata for invoking this person. So I'm going to invoke the model with the chat history. So here you can see I'm going to invoke my model with this background information messages. So messages included, first is the user message which is defined by human, second is the AI message which is defined by ChatGPT. So I'm going to use these two messages within my background info. So let's run this cell and let's print the content finally. You will find the response given from the ChatGPT. Can you see this is giving the response? This is the fact where it is a hill in a New Zealand. It is called this, and it roughly translates to summit where this one. It is also giving illustration part of this information. So I can use this detail for my particular concept. I can clear this background for further messages. So I'm going to clear this message, and you can see you can check this message whether it is available or not. I'm going to copy this cell and then I'm going to check whether it is containing any message not. Can you see it's not having that message? Now I'm going to add some other information as well. So first would be the user message and second would be the AI message. I'm going to add this message again. Now I'm going to use human message prompt template so that I can pass my follow-up question with consecutive memory. So this would be the first question number or query number 1. This would be the second question, query number 2, which will be asked through ChatGPT. So for example, what is the famous city? For example, this is the first question, and tell me more about it. So how ChatGPT will get? It's not considering it's stateless. So stateless means this query will be treated as an individual query. There is no previous history involved. But when we talk about chat message history, this is conversation buffer memory. It will be considered that it belongs to previous city only. It's asking the illustration or the detailed view of my previous history as well. So I'm seeking conversation in a real manner. So I'm going to create this template, human message prompt template, and this template will be encapsulated with my chat prompt from messages, background info message, and message template human. So I'm going to provide this human. Now let's see chat template. So here you can see chat template is showing different metadata, and this is input variable which I have to provide my question. The next question will be follow up with the previous one, will have same sequence and will walk you through the respective answer as well. Let's invoke this chat module with my LLM chain, and this LLM chat will be there, which is just defined here, and chat template is just defined with this format, and chat is also defined with chat OpenAI API. Now allow me to invoke this response. I'm going to invoke this follow-up question. What does it mean? If you will find the response here, you will find the meaning is given here. So what is the meaning of this question? This is the city which I was like looking for, 85 letters, and then I am going to find this detail as well for the same city, because it's a consecutive memory. So it's not breaking that memory and connecting and giving the response of same connecting question. Okay, if you want to print the response text as well, you can go back here and you can find the response text. So what we have, does AI memory, we have find it on how AI remembers. This was the live coding, making AI more human, AI with memory, how to store and recall call history using Python, LangChain for chat memory, step-by-step guide. We have learned as of now. Let's see how conversation buffer memory implementation, this step there. So I'm going to first import basic library there, and these library will be set there. Can you see? I'm going to import these basic library, and this conversation buffer memory will be added here. So let's import set verbose also. From this set verbose function does precisely what its name suggests. So it's displaying the output in verbose mode. Therefore, when we execute our chain, we will see that chatbot's final response and intermediate steps as well. This allows for better monitoring of the process and helps with debugging. To activate this verbose, however, we should call the function and pass true as an argument. Alright, in upcoming session also we will see how this verbose make be false and make it true. You can make it true as well. So I'm going to create my chat again. Although we have already there, I'm going to initiate it one more time. I'm going to define two more messages. First is the system message, which is the chatbot should reluctantly respond, and second is a human message. I'm going to placeholder with this message log. Can you see this message log is variable name, and this variable name will be there. So can you see, first I'm going to define my message, system message, then my history, which will be my placeholder, and then template with my human message. The order is really having a sequence here. Let's print and have a glimpse of this chat template, and you can see the overview of this chat template as well. You can find the metadata of this as well. You can find the background info. For this background info, I'm going to create this chat message history with this user message and AI message as well. And let's invoke this LLM chain again. I'm going to invoke this LLM chain, and with this LLM chain I'm going to create this background info as well. Here I'm going to provide this background info and going to see what kind of message do I have. So I'm going to provide this message. This is the additional message, and I'm going to pass this message here. And let's invoke through a response variable. I'm going to invoke this message with my question and message. Can you see, this is showing entire process here, and this is the role of my verbose here. If you will make it off, these process will not be displaying here. So you can see this process is starting chain and finishing chain. This is showing here. If you want to print text only, you can see print text also. Let's see how conversation buffer memory configures the chain here. Let's import few more memories here. I'm going to define some more memories. For example, set verbose. I'm going to make it true as of now, and this would be conversation buffer memory added. So with this conversation memory, I'm going to create a chatbot again. So this would be chat OpenAI again. With this chat API, I'm going to define all my messages in a same context, and I'll dive right into the system of message. Will pass human and this message holder, and this order is really having a significance role. So I'm going to display this chat verbose, and here I'm going to add certain background info as well as we have done previously, and this time I'm going to use buffer memory as well. So here you can see with conversation memory is how a chatbot can respond to multiple query in a chat-like manner, and it enables a coherent conversation, and without it every query would be treated as entirely independent input. So I don't want to independent input, rather without considering past interaction. I want past interactions as well. This is the reason I'm going to use this buffer memory as well. So I'm going to keep, you can see this is the difference between conversation memory and without conversation memory. Here so here you can see the LLM with and without conversation memory. The blue boxes are users from, and in gray are the LLM's responses. Without conversation memory, right, the LLM cannot respond using knowledge of previous interactions. So this is the drawback, and we have overcome through this conversation memory as well. So I'm going to use this chat memory again. So this would be the chat memory, and I'm going to define this local load memory variable. How we can use this memory variable? This would be the all messages as well. I'm going to print this chat message log. You can see this would be all the messages, and this time I'm going to set my verbose as false. Once you will make it false, you cannot see the relevant distance. If you will make it true, so you can set it as true, you can see the prompt as well. Okay, so this would be final output. Let's respond in a simple question. What would be the question? Can you give me interested fact I probably didn't know about? It's invoking my APIs and not going to display anything because my verbose is off there. If I will display my response text there, you can see this is the response here. Can you see? If I check what's the status my verbose, can you see for chat it is true and for chain it is false. Okay, so this is chain, it is false now. But if you will make it true, so I'm going to make it run and going to response now. Can you see now this system AI conversation is displaying here, which means my verbose is true now. If I will display this, most probably the same output will be there, but you can see this is now showing true means for chat and chain both verbose is on here, which means you can see the responsibility of my verbose code here. Now I'm going to load memory. Here you can see the memory question which I have. If you can respond the invoking, you can invoke the same response and you can go with the same response here. Can you see this is going to conversation in a same format. Okay, so this is going to provide the text and response. So what we have built, AI that remembers memory in chatbots. It's a persistent chat memory in AI, storing and retrieving conversation. We have also illustrated how AI stores memory, a deep dive with Python and LangChain. See you in next video. Thank you so much. Keep learning, keep growing.